Okay, good morning, Pessup London. I'm working like this because it's easier to put the tripod this way. I'm going to work. I'm going to make a frame. I'm going to be working, so I'll do my best to commentate what I'm doing. I'm making a frame anyway to put into that cupboard because that is the only way to proof that situation. So now I'm going to carry on working. I'm starting from scratch. There's nothing pre-booked. There's no blueprint. There's no, like you buy something, it's in a kit. There's none of that. It's all basic from scratch built. So I'm building a proofing frame from scratch, from the ground zero, so to speak. So hopefully everything is going to be exactly as I had planned it. So hopefully this is the right dimensions. There's no room for error here because I've only got a certain amount of timber that I got from B&Q the other day. That done. So hopefully just I'll do a situation to see if my plan has been to any benefit. This is, that is perfect, exactly what, to the right dimensions. So I was spot on that one. I'm going to do another one like that, which I'll copy from this one, because I don't want to get it missing from its. I'm going to put that on there to me more on point. There's that, and hopefully everything will be on point. Must be on point. Oops, moved. That's the second one going to be in place. So moving, it's a bit there. Hopefully that will be as best as I can make it. That's one done. This is one to the right dimensions. And this is the second one. Put that in there, I suppose. Oh, what else about it? And that's right. Okay. All right, yo. Okay, that's it. Oops. Perfecto. Not brilliant, like I said, I'm not a builder. Just remember these things, it's only for proofing purposes only. I never claimed to be a builder. And I'm not a builder, so that must be heard that I'm not a builder. I'm only doing proofing for my purposes. This is going to be inside of here. This is a bonus having that like that, because that will push it into a position that I want it to be in. This has got to be inside, not outside. It's got to be there. Hoping that will stay so I can do my other measurements. So now I need to do lesser, because before when I measured it to the corner, but being that timber is on one side and the other side is going to be less. So I'm going to check that out now. This is going to be less. So I got another thing there, another timber. I'm going to check that out now. That's going to be, according to, this is 36 centimeters. So I'm going to cut off 36 centimeters twice, and that should give me the width of the build. And move over there. Just want to have to be cutting it. So it's 36. It's 36. This is 36. So I'm going to have a bit left over for maybe something else that I can do in there. I need to do something else. No, wait a minute. I've got to have 3 36s, because in this build there will be a middle section to make the mesh that's going to go on the other side the aluminium mesh to stop anything from coming this way. So because if I put it on the other side and leave the framework, if I put the framework on the other side and the mesh on the outside, then the mice will just bite the wood, and that will be not good, because they might be able to bite the wood. So that cannot happen, you know. So doing it this way, I'll put the mesh towards them, so they will see only the mesh, and that's good for me and bad for them. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. That's my procedure in this operation. And this operation I'm going to perform. So I'm going to do 36 3 times. 36 3 times. This is going to be awkward. I've got no sort of strength to do this. It's a pain, really. It's better to be done this way. No time for error, because otherwise if I go to B&Q again, waste my day. That's that done. So now I check that dimension to make sure that is correct dimension. And it is. That is perfect. It's spot on. Spot on. Spot on. So now I'm going to do 2 more of them dimensions. Going to do another 36, which is there. And then once that is, do another one. And then I start building the frame. Then hopefully put the mesh on, and that will be the end of that. So now, let me do that again for the operation at hand. There it is. That's the, yeah, that's it. That's it. Done. Okay. That's it. Check the dimension again to make sure it's accurate and done. So far so good. Number 2 done. We'll do number 3. Bottom section. So bottom section taken care of. The bottom section. There we go. That's the bottom section. There. That's the bottom section. And just measure it up. Start building the frame in a minute. I went to B&Q to get, you know, because I'm not a carpenter, so I don't know how to join things. I mean, carpenters, they know this stuff. It'd be too thin for doing any sort of woodwork, and it'd take too damn long. So I tried to find, you know, like plates to join it, because I know that when Wilko, you remember Wilko, when Wilko was around, they had all that type of stuff. It was really good, but since Wilko was not around, I went to see, and they were too big, and they were just too, for what it was too expensive as well. So I got something from another place a while back, so that way although I could use these things, these plastic ones, because I thought I've got about them, is I've got a bunch of these plastic ones. And what I've done in the past, when I did something for a door, I could put that and cut it down and use that as a joiner. But this again takes long to cut these things. It's time consuming. So I've done that. I've got all the frame bits out. They're all done. Now I'm going to construct the framework. I'm going to, hopefully it's going to fit in there like a glove. I'm not sure about this. Because like I said, this is all, when you're doing stuff like this is definitely trial and error, especially when you're doing it live and you don't know how it's going to come out. And did you shortchange myself? I think this one's shortchanged, I don't know why. So it seems to be a lot less than it's supposed to be. That's way too less. I hope they're all not like that, because if they're all, no, this one is okay. This one's, I don't know what happened here. I have to do another one. This one's wrong. This one's way wrong. How the hell did I do that? Yeah, you see, 1 centimetre makes all the difference. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that one. Told you, trial and error, trial and error. You make mistakes, but at least I got some extras for that mistake to be. I'm okay because I got extra, so I'm good. But if I hadn't, that would really be a big problem. Mind you, it would be the middle section. I could probably get away with not doing the middle section then, but my plan was a middle section because it will be more secure for when I put the mesh. The mesh will be more stronger, you know, in a middle section rather than not. So this is 36. I'll just check it. It's 36. I don't know what I was thinking. Not on point there. So I'm going to cut this section here. This is 36. Good job I checked that was right, and just carry on working and find later on, oh, I made a mistake. So that's it. Okay, that's that. I'm just going to check that dimension again to make sure it's correct. Yeah, it's correct. So back to building now. I'm going to start building. I'm going to start building the build. I got to have a plan, of course. Everyone has a plan. I've got a plan. I'm not going to be able to use this table. That sucks. You know, if I've had a big table, I just put everything on there and it'll be easy. It's not the case. I need it. Maybe I have to do it this way. It's the only way I can think how that's going to balance. I've got to check the middle. The middle section would be helpful to keep it together. So if I do that first, I've got to do. And then see. Oh God, I'm not doing the wrong side. This is the one that I've been using to cut. That's the one I need. This is 107. I've got to do a dimension of 107 divided by 2, which should be 53 and a half. Yeah, 53 and a half should be the dimension of 107, 53. I'll do it there, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Any place, at least it's in the middle. If I'm going to do 53 and a half, yeah. 53 and a half on both levels. 53 and a half. That'll be my point to do the middle section. So this is if you can't see what I'm doing, I'd like you to see so you know what I'm doing. Get that down a bit. This is the build I'm doing. I'm going to put this here, smack on there, and then I've got a drill. You see, I can't just screw it because this will split like paper. It'll split. It'll just split. I need a little drill bit, drill the holes I want to do, and then I'm going to attach it. I would ideally like to attach it on both sides to strengthen it. It has to be attached here with a little bracket, and it has to be attached here with a little bracket, and vice versa on both sides, so that section will be completely secured. I ideally would have liked to have done something here, but this would change the dimensions on the, couldn't do anything here, so that's a big no-no. And this is a packet, I'm using these, I'm using them, and hopefully that might be just the right dimension for that. I'm hoping it is, because I didn't find anything else, so I don't know. I probably left my scissors, so maybe I didn't. Anyways, figure out where the scissors are. The scissors are around here somewhere. Can't remember where. Ooh, dear me. Obviously, when I'm fixing the smaller dimension, because this is very brittle. This is the staples I'll be using. These are the smallest dimension. I got these a while back for another job. Never managed to get back to that job, and I think the person never had a mouse problem again. This is the smallest these are the smallest staples you can get, and this is going to have to do. So I got the smallest staples. I need a pair of scissors. Like looking for a needle in a haystack. Maybe left it in the car like a... Yeah, what can you do? Why is that on? I don't get why that's on. Okay, I don't know. I don't need them right now, but when I do need them, I'm going to have to go there. I thought I had them. Such is life, I didn't, so... I might have them in here. It's possible. And that'll be all what it was. It isn't. It's just... Yeah, these are the type of things. I had it in my hand when I was in the car. This always happens. I have the ring in, holding it, get distracted, and then put it down and didn't take it. Oh, it's always away. It's always away from me. It always happens like that. Wasn't planned to do that. Okay, no worries. Unfortunately, I'd rather copying things. It's teeth aren't not all that strong, you know. I use a saw, yeah. Normally I put scissors on the top pocket. I always do that. I find it very comfortable and it's in the right place, at the right place where it needs to be. So, okay. And gonna have to probably do 2 videos here. So this will be 2 videos because I have to go outside. I don't really like this running when I'm not here, so best to be part 1, part 2. That will happen here. Right now, if this is the right dimension, look at that. I mean, that is spot. That is not a bad. That is not a bad. Yeah, look, it's not bad, is it? I mean, it's like it was meant to be. So I'm gonna do drill holes here, but I've got I've got. You know, sometimes you make a mistake. You're doing something like this. Sometimes you're doing something like this, and you don't realise that sometimes it has to be like that. And so you make holes there, and you think, oh, what did I do? I did do it like that. So this time I don't have to worry about that because that is going on top of that, so that's okay. So I would, I don't know if I've got enough for 2 lots. If I'm going to do 4, that would mean for this one I'd need 4, but the other ones I'd need 4 as well. So I might have enough to do because the security of the build has to be spot on. So if I do 2 and make that middle bit very strong, then that will be good. So that's what I might do. But I've got to make sure. See, the problem with doing screws through there is the screws on the other side. You see, I think I can only do 1 because otherwise the screws on the other side will not be able to go in because they'll be hitting the screws from the other side as well. So that's trial and error. Trial and error. Trial and error all the time. Non-stop. What I need now is a miniature screw, a miniature drill bit. Like that. A miniature drill bit. That's very miniature. A miniature one. That's not what I wanted to do. Take that off. Put that over there. And then you know that Wilko use. You know, the thing is, a lot of people don't do this, but I do this because it's easy access to get my screw bits. It's Wilko. This is from Wilko, when Wilko was around. Wilko's gone, so I'm really annoyed. I wish Wilko would come back, you know. I bought everything from Wilko. That was my main place. And I can't do that anymore because they're not around anymore. So, okay. That's that done. All I got to do do is do it on the other side so that it gives it that extra strength, like that, something. So I do it on the same side, I do it opposite. So the other section will be opposite. So probably give it more richer strength. So I'll do. And oh, Wilko. So annoyed about Wilko. Just like Woolworths, when Woolworths went, that was a you know, been shopping when I was a kid at Woolworths. Oh shit, I've done something wrong here. Some stuff. I did something not good. I wanted to put that onto that other frame bit. Or maybe I'll screw them first and then I'll have, oh yeah, wait a minute. I'm doing this right. I'm not thinking out of my, I'll screw them on first and then I'll have a rigid positioning to put them onto the other side. So that'll be more accurate. Now I've got to look for a, I've got to look for a, oh, most of these screws come from Wilko. Most of them, especially the small one. That's what I like about Wilko. You could get a bag of screws for a very low cost. It was my favourite place. I used to always go there. Get bags of screws and washers as well. I used to get washers. Yeah, man, I really miss. Believe me, I'm probably one of the few. I bet a lot of people went in there. There's a lot of trades. They went in there and get them. It was my favourite place to go. Okay, let's get that done. And then screw this in. And go according to plan. Okay, let's get that out. That's it. And that's it. It'll work. Let's short that up a hell. What do I care? It'll be on. The main thing is that done. And the one on the other side, like an S shape. So it gives it that little bit of booster, you know, strength. So that's the second one on. This is the second one on. Second one coming. Second one on. Second one. That's the second. That's the end result for that, as you can see. So I need now to position this in that positioning, like that. I do it like that. And I drill it in, and then once I've got the frame sorted out, it won't be so flappy everywhere. Right now, if I move it over, it'll just flap everywhere. I don't want it flapping everywhere. So this is change that positioning. This position is changed. Just get this on. A little bit. Put that aside for the moment. Get this up. And that should be okay there. It doesn't really matter. There's no sort of right or wrong. It's just mainly near the middle would be adequate. So that one done. Next now is the other section. Be done. section to be down there. I get that mid section there. That's exactly what I need.
Hello.
Yeah, 1 minute. I'm doing video here. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. 1 minute. Live feed. This is really got to be accurate. That one side doesn't need to be accurate, but this one definitely does, because it's otherwise it's going to be skew whiff, if you know what I mean. So I've got to get this. This is there. I've got to get this right. If it's not right, then it's no good. So now, I can't remember. You know, this is a. Oh yes, over there. I've got to get the pen. So this has got to be right now. So get this right there. That's the screwed in there. This one's here, and then that's there. So that's there. This is going to be there. It's going to be here like that. The only way I'm going to do this is to get this accurate there. Otherwise, if I don't get this accurate, it will be rubbish. So that, as far as I know, them holes there, as far as I know, as accurate as I can make it. I don't think I can make it any accurate than that. Maybe that there. That's where it is. That. No, wait a minute. That's not right. That's what I see. You make it 1 centimetre out, and it's all wrong. So when I put the frame together, it will be wrong. So I got to get the accuracy completely on point. It has to be on point, otherwise it will be out by you, mate. It will not work. So that's that. Done. And that's that. This is this one. Yep. This one. One gone. That's that done. So now I've got the them screwed out, so I'm going to screw them in, and then they'll have the middle section done. The middle section will be completed. So I'll continue doing this. Maybe stop this video. After I've done this, I will stop the video, go to the car, get my scissors, and then come back. And then part 2, of course. Get the screws. Screws, you see. Hard to find screws like this. This is, like I said, I have to emphasize that these screws are Wilko screws. I've never seen screws like this anywhere else. Hard to find things, I tell you. It's not as easy. They can sell a massive big box of them, you know. Probably, you know, it's not easy to find things now. Them good old days are long gone. Long gone. Died with the dinosaurs, as they say. That's the line. Get that sort of squared up. I'm going to get it squared up. It's easy said than done to get it squared up. If it was a builder, it would be, you know, easy to get this done. But since I'm not a builder, I didn't. It's not the main thing is if it serves a purpose. You know, people say, "Oh, that's not really good," or "This told me, you know, I know building in America." I say, "Oh, that's no good." But I don't care if it's no good. You know, I'm not there to win the Nobel Prize. You know, I'm not bothered about whether it's good or not. The main thing for me is it serves a purpose. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. I don't really care how it looks. You know, I'm not a builder, so sometimes people, they don't seem to understand this. Or they expect you to do spectacular work. I am doing spectacular work as it is. Building something from scratch, I mean. So I never knew what I could be when I was small. Never knew what trade I would do. Always did rubbish jobs for my bad situation. and then I found this job after when I'm you know, on on the way out. When I'm in my 50s, early 50s, then I found something like this that I like to do because I like working my hands. So I have a story that nobody knows about. See, now this should be accurate. I'm hoping this is accurate. It has to be accurate. So it goes in there. You see, this is the problem now. This is the problem. It's not accurate. It will not go in there. It will not go in there if it's not accurate, and then it will be useless. Yeah, it's on paper. I have to do a lot of alterations before it gets to go in here, because like I said, oh yeah, it's just about to go in there. That's what I want it to do. Yeah, it's just about. Yeah, look, it's not brilliant. It's not brilliant, but it's functional, and that's what I want. That's what I want it to be. I want it to be functional. Now that frame is looking more like what I want it to be, so I'm pleased about that. I'm pleased about that. It's good. That's now working to what I want it to work as. Starting to come together, as they say. So let's see how strong that is now, because I'm doing it opposite sides. So I'm going to go to the car now. I'm going to do part 2. This is Pest Up London, your local pest control guy. I do jobs that nobody does. I'm not saying that they might do, but I specialise in very hard jobs. As you can see, I spend time in doing things, and I don't give up until I've done them. Even though how hard they are, I will do them. I'll do my best. I give you the best of myself. So with that said, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for more uploads. I'm going to actually upload this now, and you're going to get part 2 after a bit. Thank you for watching.